Welcome everybody to this Namek Saga recap. I really hope you enjoy the video. I have a huge channel update. If you don't really care, skip to this point in the video and enjoy the recap. But if you care, the channel is changing dramatically in the coming weeks, so I would appreciate if you stayed behind, listen to what I have to say, and yeah. So guys, we have hit over 4,000 subscribers, and I cannot tell you how much that means to me. I still hope we can reach 5,000 by the end of October. That is a goal that I have. I really hope we can do that. It would mean the world to me. But with that being said, recaps are not going to be a mainstay on my channel anymore. That doesn't mean they're entirely disappearing, but I can't promise that they'll be out every week or even every month or however long. If there's absolutely no demand for them, then I probably won't even do them at all. If nobody cares, nobody comments anything, I probably just stop doing them after I finish Dragon Ball Z, of course. I will finish the Dragon Ball Z sagas. And you might be wondering, well, what is going to be on the channel then? There's a wee little game that I've been waiting 17 years to release called Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, coming out this Tuesday, October 8th, for early access. Official release, I believe, is Friday. But starting Tuesday, I will be streaming that game. You can go follow my Twitch if you feel like it. I'm going to be recording video gameplay of that game, posting it probably a lot more often than my recaps. So you guys should expect more videos. And I know this is a dramatic change from the recaps, but honestly, I am so excited. You guys can actually get to see my personality for once. The recaps, I can't really inject my personality in too many places. There's hints of it here and there, but not really, you know what I mean? And I apologize if you guys subscribed only for recaps. If you gave me a chance in the coming weeks with these videos, that would mean the world to me. Check it out, see if it's your cup of tea. If not, no hard feelings. We'll go our separate ways, move on with our lives. It's all good. But I would very much appreciate if you gave a chance to the new videos. I'm really excited for them. I think they're going to be just the most fun. And let me tell you, it's going to be a lot fucking easier to edit the gaming videos as opposed to the recaps. So that's basically the future of the channel. Again, go follow my Twitch. I'll be streaming on there as soon as the game drops on Tuesday. I'm not going to say every day or every other day, just as much as I want to, basically. But I like to say most days, as well as videos will be out most days. I'm going to put quality above quantity. I don't want just garbage to be thrown at you guys. So with that being said, that's the future of the channel. And you might notice I have launched my memberships. Assuming there's no waiting period for launching memberships, it should be on my channel right now, a join button. And you'll see there's only one tier right now. I decided to make it $1.99, at least in my region, it's $1.99 Canadian dollars. Basically what it comes with is loyalty badges, priority reply to comments, which to be honest, I reply to everybody's comments anyways. But if I happen to get any bigger, I'll make sure I always reply to my members if there's too many comments to reply to. You'll get some behind-the-scenes updates from time to time, just on videos, depending maybe if I do recaps. I'll update you guys on where I'm at with the recap, or with my gaming videos, I'll update you guys on the ideas that I have. Might do some polls in there asking you guys what you would want to see. And then I'm also going to do shout-outs at the end of my videos. So if I have like one member, I'm not going to shout that person out every single time, every video. But every time I get a member, I will shout them out at the end of a video, just to show my appreciation. And I felt like $1.99 was a fair price. You guys aren't getting a crazy amount. It's really just a way to support me and to show me that you guys like what I do. And because of that, I would encourage you guys to wait to see what my gaming videos are like before you decide to run to your wallets and decide to become a member. Because again, the videos will change dramatically. So after you see those videos, decide for yourself whether or not you want to support. And if you do, it would mean the world. If not, and you just want to watch the videos without paying, absolutely no problem. There will be no content locked off. The videos will still be available to everybody. Again, it's just a way to support me, and it would mean the world to ensure that I can keep this going, this YouTube journey going, as long as I can, because I do just have the most fun with it, as draining as it can be. And as time goes on with the memberships, I'm probably going to add a tier. I'm going to add some emojis as the channel grows and I decide to pick out some emojis that actually make sense for the channel, because right now I don't really know what I would put there that really connects with my channel. So as time goes on, things will be added, tiers and certain perks will be added. But the lowest tier I'm going to keep at $1.99. Because again, you're not getting a crazy amount. It's just a little way to say, hey, you're doing well, buddy. There you go. Take a couple bucks. Keep it up, you know? But yeah, I think I've rambled on long enough. The future holds what I told you it just holds. It's going to be a completely different channel. I hope you give it a chance. But for now, let's get to what you're used to with the Namek Saga recap. Following our heroes' harrowing defense of Earth against the Saiyans, Krillin, Gohan, and Goku take time to recover in the hospital. When Bulma shows up to summon the Saiyan spaceship with the remote control they abandoned, she accidentally destroys it. leaving their hopes of reaching Namek in tatters. Though when Mr. Popo suddenly appears, he brings Bulma to the site of Kami's spaceship, which he used to come to Earth centuries ago from Namek. Though Kami hit his head as a boy and had no idea how to operate the ship or where he came from, Bulma manages to figure it out with the help of Popo, managing to reach Jupiter in seconds. When they return to the hospital, Bulma tells the crew that with some repairs, they can depart for Namek in 10 days, to reach the planet in 1 month. Mr. Popo cannot leave Kami's temple for that long, and so Bulma, Krillin, and Gohan decide to go. Despite his mother's protests, the boy is adamant to help his friends and wish Piccolo back to life, and after 10 days, they bid farewell to Earth's first intersolar space travelers. Elsewhere, Vegeta lands at a medical station where he gets treatment for his life-threatening wounds, though once he recovers and learns that his superior, Frieza, has departed for Namek in search of the Dragon Balls, he rushes to catch up with him and make his wish first. Thus, the month quickly passes by, and the trio arrive to planet Namek, though as soon as they land, they are terrified to see Vegeta's spaceship making its landing as well. With the grim forecast of this and the evil ki they feel all over the planet, Krillin tells Bulma to contact Earth and return there, whilst they stay behind to gather the Dragon Balls. Though after she informs Master Roshi via some telephone that can reach across the galaxy apparently, they have the misfortune of being found by some of Frieza's henchmen, who damage the ship beyond repair, before being easily handled by Gohan and Krillin. Meanwhile, the Emperor Frieza has gathered 4 of the 7 Dragon Balls via his subordinates, killing any Namekian in their way to achieve his dream of immortality. One of his right-hand men, Zarbon, informs him of the loss of their 2 henchmen via his scouter, though the boss seems more interested in Vegeta's status, who he is aware has betrayed them, and is after the Dragon Balls for himself. One of his henchmen, Kui, finally gets the opportunity he's been waiting for to dispose of Vegeta, though he underestimates him after his experience on Earth. He increases his power level to even higher than Frieza's top commanders, and Kui resorts to pathetic tactics to try and catch him off guard, but the Saiyan survives, and blows him up with some dirty fireworks. Zarbon and Frieza's other top commander, Dodoria, seem concerned at Vegeta's sudden increase in power, but Frieza simply laughs off the situation, and they depart to the location of the next Namekian village, in search of the 5th Dragon Ball. On their way, they pass by the Earth team, and though they hide and are able to mask their presence from their scouters, Gohan and Krillin are petrified of Frieza's evil ki. When word reaches Goku of all the happenings on Namek, Yajirobe arrives with a new batch of Senzu beans, and our hero flies off to Capsule Corporation as soon as he eats one. He had Bulma's father, Dr. Briefs, reconstruct the spaceship he landed in as a baby into a lean, mean flying machine, fit with an artificial gravity device for training, that will get him to Namek in just 6 days. Unwilling to wait for the doctor to install the stereo device, Goku blasts off to Namek to help his friends. And on the Namekian homeworld, Gohan and Krillin follow Frieza's squad to scout out the situation, and witness them threaten and kill the villagers in search of their Dragon Ball, which seem to be scattered amongst the villages in the care of their elders. After the younger Namekians come to the rescue and kill the rabble amongst Frieza's forces, their elder destroys the remaining scouters, deducing that is how they have tracked down their few villages.
There's only about 100 of them on the planet.
Dodoria is then given the green light to deal with them himself, and after he kills the youthful Nameks like they were nothing, the elder gives them their Dragon Ball if they promise to spare the children. Though after he does so, he refuses to sell out his fellow Nameks locations, and so Frieza orders Dodoria to kill him and the children. After he kills one child and the elder, Gohan can't control his rage at their evil deeds any longer, and knocks back the brute before he can kill the last child. Krillin grabs the child and tells him to run, and they only manage to escape after Krillin uses his Taiyoken to blind Dodoria, and they mask their presence from him, as he is unable to detect energy without his scouter. Dodoria simply blasts the area away, and leaves thinking he's killed them. Then on his way back to his master, Vegeta knocks him down. Dodoria is intimidated by the Saiyan who has increased his power tremendously, and after destroying the final scouter on the planet, Vegeta prepares to kill him. But Dodoria offers him information in return for sparing his life. He tells him that Frieza lied about his homeworld planet Vegeta being destroyed by a meteor, that Frieza destroyed the planet himself, in fear of the Saiyans rising up to rebel against him, though he thought he could make use of the prodigious Prince Vegeta, and so made sure he was off the planet when he destroyed it. After hearing this, Vegeta claims he doesn't care about his homeworld, but is disgusted that he's let himself be used for so long, and quickly dispatches of the fleeing Dodoria. He then chases after some small powers he senses nearby, curious of Dodoria's claims that Earthlings are on the planet, and he nearly finds Gohan and Krillin who hide from him, but luckily a fish saves them from being caught. Vegeta then detects the location of the nearest Namekian village, and kills all the villagers when their elder won't give him the Dragon Ball. Then when he finds it on display, he decides to hide it in a place only he can find it. Meanwhile, Gohan and Krillin return with the little Namekian to Bulma, who informs them of Goku's arrival to Namek in 6 days' time, which she found out from her father. After they sense Vegeta's carnage, they reveal to the young Dende who they are, and their business with the Dragon Balls. The child then decides to take them to the Grand Elder of Namek, who birthed all the Namekians on the planet, following the catastrophe that nearly destroyed it. There they will find the last remaining Dragon Ball, whilst Zarbon and Apul split up to search for the last 2 balls themselves, and Frieza awaits them at his spaceship. All the while, Goku trains under 20 times gravity on his spaceship, and he is contacted by King Kai, who tells him that Yamcha, Tien, Chiaotzu, and Piccolo have all sought him out for training. When Goku tells them the situation, and King Kai learns that Frieza is there, he is petrified, and orders Goku to not go near him, to take his friends and flee the moment he gets there. And the Saiyan doesn't exactly agree, but gets right back to training. Back on Namek, Vegeta tracks down Zarbon, and makes light of Frieza's right-hand man, knocking him about with ease, though the beautiful warrior takes this opportunity to transform into his hideously powerful state, and he then ragdolls Vegeta, launching him like a rocket into the ground, and thinking his opponent dead, he returns to report to his master. Whilst they were fighting, Krillin flew with Dende as fast as he could to reach the Grand Elder, and when there, they are led by his attendant, Nail, to meet Grand Elder Guru. The Elder learns of the history of Kami through the Earthling's mind, and after determining he has no ill will, gifts him the Dragon Ball, though doubts he can make his wish before his life force runs out in the coming days. Before Krillin departs, Guru offers to unlock the dormant power sleeping within him, and the Earthling oozes power after his potential is unlocked. He requests that he return with Gohan to have the same privilege bestowed upon him, and rushes back to collect his friend. When Zarbon returns to Frieza, the little boss orders him to find Vegeta's body, and bring him back if he is still alive, in case he's hiding a Dragon Ball, then summons the Ginyu Force to assist in the situation, who will arrive in 5 days' time.
By the way, roughly a day has passed since they arrived on Namek.
When Zarbon finds the barely alive Vegeta's body, he takes him back to their ship to recuperate, and when he awakens, he tricks both Zarbon and Frieza, then scatters the Dragon Balls they left unattended, and escapes. Helpless to find him without their scouters, Vegeta collects the 5 Dragon Balls, then spots Krillin, who is carrying the last one he needs, and follows after him. Little does Vegeta know, Gohan recently departed with the Dragon Radar to find the Dragon Ball that he hid, assuming Vegeta merely missed it, and finds it in the lake. When Vegeta catches up to the careless Krillin, who was too caught up with his new power to notice him, Zarbon isn't far behind. Though a Saiyan's battle power sharply increases every time they recover from near death, and this time even Zarbon's transformed state is no match for Vegeta, who punches a hole in his stomach and blasts him. Even with Krillin's increased power, he recognizes he's still no match for Vegeta, and hands him the Dragon Ball with the promise of sparing them, and the Saiyan keeps his word, in a good mood thinking he now has all 7 balls in his possession. As Vegeta heads back to make his wish for eternal life, he runs into Gohan, who hides the last Dragon Ball, and after giving him a message for his father, he leaves him be. Though when Vegeta finds his hidden Dragon Ball gone, he realizes that Gohan must have found it, and rushes back in fury to the cave they were hiding in, but finds them gone. In a new, not-so-cozy spot, Krillin takes Gohan to Guru's to awaken his dormant power, whilst Vegeta sits on his Dragon Balls, waiting for the Earthlings to make a move, and Frieza is incensed at the incompetence of his top commanders. 4 days pass, and Gohan and Krillin decide to fly the last little bit to Guru's place, which allows Vegeta to detect them, and when he catches up, Gohan rushes to the Elder to have his power awakened, whilst Krillin stalls the Saiyan Prince. Though once Gohan has his immense dormant power awakened, he shocks even Vegeta when he steps out from Guru's place. Though before they can tango, Dende warns them that Guru has detected something dangerous approaching Namek, and when Vegeta realizes it's the Ginyu Force, he quakes in his boots. He hastily demands Krillin take him to their Dragon Ball, so that he can wish for immortality and stop this new threat, promising to spare them if he does so. Krillin has no choice but to agree after learning from Nail that this planet's dragon can grant 3 wishes, and he and Gohan fly with Vegeta back to Bulma to take their Dragon Ball, then quickly leave her behind again to head to Vegeta's spot. In the meantime, the Ginyu Force land on Namek and perform their special poses for their Lord Frieza before they are given their instructions to retrieve the Dragon Balls. Using their scouters, they easily locate the trio and cut them off just before they gather all their Dragon Balls. Captain Ginyu then takes the 7 balls back to Frieza, leaving his squad to play with the unlikely allies. After a friendly game of rock paper scissors, it is decided that the weakest member, Goldo, will deal with the 2 runts, and though their unleashed battle power is higher than his, he causes them issues with his ability to stop time when holding his breath. When he uses his ultimate paralysis attack, he nearly skewers Krillin, if not for Vegeta's interference, who decapitates and kills the little green blob. Next up is Recoome, who draws Vegeta, and the Saiyan Prince doesn't care to appreciate the dummy's special fighting pose, as he quickly knocks him around and uses all his power to blast him good, though he merely scorches his armor, and the redhead retaliates by beating Vegeta silly, though before he can finish him off with his eraser gun, Krillin and Gohan come to his rescue. Recoome then knocks Krillin out of the fight with just 1 kick, and sets his sights on the last child standing, Gohan, who also proves no match for the jock, having his neck broken by him. Back at Frieza's ship, Ginyu delivers the Dragon Balls to his master, but he is unable to make his wish for immortality, and so he seeks out the last surviving Namekians with his scouter to discover the secret to unlocking their power, leaving Ginyu to guard the Dragon Balls. Before Recoome can kill his incapacitated victims, Goku's ship arrives on Namek, and he senses the dire situation, and darts to save his son and best friend, ready to show off the results of his training at 100 times gravity. He quickly arrives to the battlefield, healing Gohan and Krillin with his Senzu beans, and after he's caught up to speed on the situation by touching Krillin's head and using some telepathic powers, he gives Vegeta the last Senzu bean. He shocks everyone by stating that he'll beat their opponents on his own, though his confidence cannot be doubted, nor his ability when he knocks out Recoome with 1 elbow. Vegeta is in awe of Kakarot, who he fears may have become a legendary Super Saiyan, a legend that states that once in a millennium, a Saiyan will appear that can shatter their natural limits. Goku gives the remaining Ginyu Force members, Birder and Jace, a chance to leave, but convinced that Rakoone's defeat was a fluke, they engage him, though are clearly no match for him. Their combined efforts prove futile, as Goku knocks out Birder, prompting Jace to retreat, and against Goku's wishes, Vegeta kills the unconscious Recoome and Birder. Shortly after, Jace returns with Captain Ginyu, who has left the Dragon Balls seemingly hidden, giving Krillin and Gohan a golden opportunity to uncover them, and Vegeta abandons Kakarot to follow after them. Ginyu then engages Goku, and they appear evenly matched, until Goku uses his Kaioken to shoot up his power level, even the captain fearing he is the Super Saiyan of legend. Though rather than cower, he laughs, and pierces his own chest, then uses his body change technique to take over the Saiyan's body, leaving Goku in his fatally wounded old body. Then he makes for Frieza's spaceship with Jace. Back at Guru's place, the Grand Elder unlocks Dende's potential, and sends him to help the Earthlings, and though Nail was previously instructed to do the same, he returns to protect his master, just in time as Frieza arrives searching for the password. Then Nail takes him elsewhere to fight it out. After Gohan and Krillin snatch the Dragon Raider from Bulma and leave her on her own, Again. Seriously, can we talk about it? I know people can say Bulma's annoying, but she has been done so dirty ever since they landed on this planet. She's been left alone time and time and time again with literally the most evil people in the universe on the planet. That ain't cool, guys. That just ain't cool. Gohan's just a kid, but Krillin, you should know to treat a lady better than that. They then dig up the Dragon Balls at Frieza's spaceship, Vegeta awaiting the opportunity to make his wish, though the Earthlings also don't know how to summon this dragon. And when Ginyu arrives with Jace, Gohan is quick to realize that it is not his father. He and Krillin engage him in battle, able to stand up to him being that he still isn't used to his new body. Whilst Vegeta makes quick work of Jace, his power sharply increased after yet another recovery from near death. He then sets his sights on Ginyu, easily overpowering him. And as he attempts to change bodies with Vegeta, Goku uses the opportunity to get his body back. Before Ginyu can attempt the body change again, Goku tosses a frog in his path, leaving the captain somewhat reduced in stature. Vegeta offers to heal Kakarot's injuries, still likely to need his help against Frieza, and submerges him in the medical capsule to heal, then gives Gohan and Krillin some battle armor for better defense. Krillin heads to Guru's alone to ask for the password, but on the way runs into Dende, who is on his way to share with them exactly that. Meanwhile, Nail has done a tremendous job stalling the incredibly powerful Frieza, and even with his body broken, is determined to have the last laugh when he tells him that Dende has surely already told the Earthlings the password, and the evil Emperor rushes back in fury at the thought of missing out on his wish. Krillin and Dende discreetly arrive at the ship and take the Dragon Balls along with Gohan to a nearby island, so that the slumbering Vegeta won't notice them. When Dende summons the mighty Purunga, he states that he can only bring back to life one person at a time, and Piccolo requests for it to be him through King Kai, being that Kami and the Earth Dragon Balls would be brought back as a result. With the second wish, he requests to be brought to Namek to fight Frieza, so that he can avenge the slaughter of his people, and Dende relays these wishes to the dragon. With one wish left, Vegeta has awakened, and descends upon them in rage, though before he can force his wish of immortality out of Dende, the dragon disappears, and the Dragon Balls turn to stone, as Grand Elder Guru's life forces run out. Though before Vegeta can flaunt his anger, Frieza appears, ready to unleash his anger at the ones responsible for shattering his dream of immortality. Elsewhere, Piccolo rushes to his friends, having been teleported to a random point on Namek, and on his way runs into Nail, who convinces him to fuse his power to his own in order to stand a chance against Frieza. When Piccolo merges with Nail's body, his power surges to incredible heights, and he rushes to save Gohan from the evil Emperor. The villain meanwhile clashes with Vegeta, appearing to be evenly matched, but the Saiyan Prince is aware thanks to Zarbon that he can transform, and eggs him on. Frieza undergoes his transformation, becoming even more terrifying and overwhelmingly powerful, blasting them all away with a simple hand gesture. If you're wondering why I haven't mentioned power levels, by the way, Frieza's over 1,000,000 here, it's because throughout the series it just becomes obsolete. I don't want to mention it in the first couple of arcs and then just wane away in the later arcs when they don't mention it at all. I feel like it would be a little bit strange and off-putting, so I just made the decision to not include talking about power levels or putting power levels up on the screen at all. Hope that makes sense. He picks his first target like he's at a candy shop, impaling Krillin with his horn, licking his blood, and tossing him aside like trash. Gohan's rage explodes at this sight, and his ki rises rapidly as he launches an assault on Frieza that shocks even Vegeta. But the fearsome Emperor is barely hurt, and soon has Gohan's head between the ground and his foot, though a revived Krillin slices off Frieza's tail with his Destructo Disc, and plays a little game of hide-and-seek with him, allowing Dende to heal Gohan like he did Krillin. Then, with everyone back in action, Piccolo arrives on the scene, confident in his ability to take on Frieza himself, and he quickly shows that he's not all talk. He matches Frieza blow for blow, and when he removes his weighted clothing, he seems to gain the upper hand. Though Frieza shares a horrifying revelation, he still has 2 transformations remaining, and undergoes another one of them before their very eyes. This new dildo Frieza is faster and more powerful than Piccolo, sending him close to death's door with his finger beam attack. But Gohan once again becomes enraged at the state of his master, and fires off a Super Masenko that nearly crushes Frieza, but he manages to deflect it back. Wary of the two Saiyans rapidly improving before his very eyes, Frieza decides to undergo his final transformation, and then wipe out the species for good, whilst Vegeta has Krillin blast him to near death, so that he can have Dende revive him and have his power increase. Though Dende refuses to heal someone who has harmed his people, but after healing Piccolo, he is convinced to do so, though Vegeta is less than grateful. The sleek, final form of Frieza finally appears, and he makes his first victim the nuisance Dende, and even Gohan, Krillin, and Piccolo together can't land a finger on the villain. Vegeta then steps up to the plate, believing himself to have become the legendary Super Saiyan that Frieza fears so much, but though his confidence is high, and his power has soared, even his full power attack is simply kicked back by Frieza, and the Saiyan Prince trembles in fear. Having lost the will to fight, Vegeta is pummeled by the man who killed his people, and just then, Goku finishes healing and rushes to the battlefield, more powerful than ever. Before Frieza can kill the prince, Goku arrives, and Frieza seems to recognize him, as he resembles the Saiyan that stood up to him the day he destroyed planet Vegeta, Goku's father, Bardock. Vegeta is sure that Kakarot has now become a Super Saiyan, but Frieza shuts him up with his death beam, tired of hearing about that silly legend. As Vegeta's life fades, he sheds tears whilst he tells Kakarot of Frieza's mastery, then ultimate destruction of the Saiyans, and begs him to kill Frieza, to avenge their people, as he passes on. Goku respectfully buries his hated brethren, and vows to defeat Frieza. Then the two engage in the longest fight in anime history. Goku manages to hold his own against the villain, using his inability to sense ki against him. But neither are taking the fight seriously yet. Frieza briefly attempts to fight Goku with no hands, but Goku forces his hand. Then when he takes things semi-seriously, Goku doesn't stand a chance. With even 10 times Kaioken not cutting it, Goku gambles on a 20 times Kaioken Kamehameha, but though he hurts the evil Emperor, it isn't enough. With Goku's power now drained, he plans to gamble it all on a Spirit Bomb, and slowly gathers energy from Namek and the surrounding planets, whilst Frieza watches in confusion. Though Frieza grows tired of watching the monkey raise his hands.
Whoa, you cannot call him that.
Dude, it's what Frieza calls him in the anime.
Oh, alright.
Though Frieza grows tired of watching the Saiyan raise his hands and assaults him, then notices the huge ball of ki floating above the planet. Before he can end him, Piccolo knocks him away, having gathered energy from Gohan and Krillin, and attempts to buy time for Goku to finish the Spirit Bomb. With a little help from Gohan and Krillin, they do so, and just as Frieza rises to launch his Death Ball at the whole planet, Goku launches his completed Spirit Bomb at the Fiend, sinking him into the planet. Everyone, even King Kai who is watching on, thinks the Emperor dead, and they begin their preparations and plans to return home. But before they get too carried away, Frieza appears once more. Piccolo gets in the way of the death beam aimed at Goku, then Frieza targets Krillin, blowing him to bits. The death of his best friend enrages Goku like never before, and a strange new power awakens within him. Goku has become what Frieza fears most, a Super Saiyan. Goku orders Gohan to take the barely alive Piccolo and leave this planet with Bulma. Then he stands before Frieza, more powerful than ever. With the tables turned, this time it is Frieza who looks helpless against the angry Super Saiyan. Though rather than die by his hand, he fires a blast at the planet that triggers its core, giving it roughly 5 minutes before it implodes. I said roughly, okay? Goku's Saiyan curiosity allows Frieza to bulk up to 100% of his full power, and the villain now appears to gain the upper hand on the Saiyan. King Kai concocts a plan as Kami tells him that they have gathered all of Earth's Dragon Balls. He tells him to wish for everyone killed by Frieza's forces to be brought back to life, hoping that will bring the aged guru back to life as well, and his wish does just that. He then proceeds to tell the Grand Elder to transport everyone but Frieza to Earth via their last wish. But Goku intercepts their conversation, and wishes to stay behind to settle the score with his opponent. Thus, Guru relays this wish to Dende, the nearest Namekian to the dragon, and he speaks his wish to Porunga, beating Frieza to his wish of immortality, and everyone on Namek but Goku and Frieza are transported to Earth. The final showdown reaches its climax, as Goku lands some heavy blows on the evil Emperor, and calls the fight, noticing Frieza's ki dropping rapidly. But Frieza will not admit defeat to a lowly Saiyan monkey, and throws his death saucers that ultimately end up cutting himself in half. He begs for help, and the kind-hearted Goku shares a small portion of his ki to allow him to live. Though as he attempts to escape the ticking time bomb that is Namek, Frieza attempts to kill him by his hand, though the Super Saiyan claps back at the fool, leaving no trace of him. Goku then hastily searches for a way off the exploding rock, but is unable to do so in time, and he appears to be caught in the planet's explosion. Back on Earth, Grand Elder Guru passes on his power to Mori, before finally passing away for good, and Yamcha shares Goku's defeat of Frieza, and his subsequent death with Bulma through King Kai. But they are encouraged by the fact that the Namekian Dragon Balls can revive the same person back to life indefinitely. Bulma invites the Namekians to stay at her place until the Dragon Balls are restored and they can find the new planet, and invites Vegeta as well. But no naughty business. After a Namekian year of 130 days pass, the Namekian Dragon Balls are restored, and they wish Krillin back to life. But Goku is supposedly still alive, and refuses to be transported to Earth, wishing to return on his own. So, Yamcha is brought back to life instead, and after another 130 days, so are Tien and Chaozu. Then Dende says a tearful goodbye to his friend Gohan, as the Namekians wish to be transported to a new Namek, to usher in a new beginning. Thank you guys so much for watching to the end of this Namek Saga recap. Maybe one of my last recaps on the channel, who knows. The channel will be changing dramatically this week, but the Cell Saga will be coming still. And make sure to check out my Twitch channel down below. Like I said, I will be streaming Sparking Zero as soon as the game releases on Tuesday, October 8th for early access. Stay tuned for gameplay videos as well, a new era of N2A where my personality can actually shine for itself. I would love if you gave it a chance. Let's hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of October, it would mean the world. And with that being said, I love you all, take it easy, and peace.